Money issues has caused a lot of problems in our relationship, and they continue to cause problems. We just have to learn how to talk about them better. He wants to spend money on things. I want to spend money on things. We have to get together, and you realize that it's all one pot. It's not your money, my money. And I think once couples do that, it'll flow better.
I think you need to learn how to talk about money and how to be comfortable about talking about money in order to have a successful relationship.
Welcome back, everybody. Are money issues ruining your relationship? If you have to ask your partner for money, can I have $5? If you have to do that, or have you maybe don't really know the details of your finances, life coach and author Chandra Alexander is here to tell us just what it takes to become equal partners in money matters. And I think we all know that can be a real problem. In fact, most relationships, the biggest problem, they say, is related to money.
Well, I think it's twofold. And
Okay.
I think that both of you would agree. It's money and sex.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Do we agree?
Money
I
for
guess
sex.
so.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about money...
We're going to go for money today.
Okay.
Yeah, I see money as a very crucial issue. And when you have a relationship with someone, if it's more than just one date, you probably want to have some discussion about money or be on the same page, because that's an issue where you can become extremely vulnerable. I really see money as an exchange of energy, and unless you look at it that way and it becomes something very personal for you, it can cause a lot of friction in a relationship.
Well, let's address some of the points. You say money issues are really not about money at all. They're more about power.
I think they're about power. I mean, anybody who understands money understands that the one who has the money has the power. So I'm not saying that you have to be the big honcho, but somehow you have to have some money that's your own where you can have some power in the relationship. Because if you're just held hostage to somebody else, you're always going to be in a one-down position.
Now, I've always seen in literature that it's always good to have a nest egg side away. Is that something that you would advise people to do in new relationships, especially marriage? Have a separate account of money just in case?
Well, I think we need to be forthcoming with one another about what we have and what we don't have. But if you're asking me, do I think that everybody needs to have their own money, the answer is yes, I do. I do.
Okay. You also think people should know that you should refuse to be treated like a child in your relationship, especially when it comes to money. Have access to your own money.
You have to have access to your own money, and I'm not talking about a secret account. I'm not talking about something that you keep from somebody else. But I think that every single one of us needs to have access to our own money. If I want to go and get a pair of earrings, or if I want to go and buy some stuff for myself, that I have to ask somebody is extremely demeaning.
I think that's very important, because you would feel like a child otherwise.
Well, I think you do feel like a child when you don't have your own money.
Exactly.
And even if you're home working and you're not the breadwinner, some money needs to be put aside, and no one needs to ask you what you're doing with that money either. But you need to be very respectful of the amount that you both agree on.
Okay. Now, you also recommend that however you start with your money situation in your relationship at the beginning, that tends to be the way it goes.
Well, I think what you set up at the beginning is what you have at the end. So it's very, very hard at the beginning to keep the money separate and then all of a sudden decide to put it together. My personal feeling is I am not for people having separate accounts, people not knowing what the other one is doing. I think, yes, you have to have some of your own money. But I think that when you form a relationship, the foundation of that relationship is trust. And part of that trust is on money issues. And you have to agree. And even if both of you have money from another marriage or from another relationship or from some other part of your life that you want to put away for your kids or you want to save, when you get together, I think that needs to be the beginning of sharing the money and building together. Because if you don't do that, why bother?
What are you sharing?
Yeah, why bother?
That's very hard for a single man to sit here and say, I'm going to just trust someone who's going to treat my money well.
Well, my suggestion to you is you don't marry someone or you don't take up with somebody that you can't trust enough with your money.
I think it's faith that they will do the right thing.
Well, I don't think so. I think that people have a history, Orlando. I think people have a history of how they spend, how someone takes care of themselves before they meet you is indicative of their feeling about how they take care of money.
Good point.
That kind of brings us to your next point. You
Sure.
said you need to value your contribution to the relationship, and if you don't value it, nobody else will.
Well, I think what happens, and you know that it's true, oftentimes in a relationship, I mean, I have clients that come to me, you know, they have 5 children, she takes care of the children, he runs the business, and somehow there's not equality in that relationship. Now, is it because society doesn't think that those 2 jobs are equal? It may be so, but if you feel that what you bring is an equal contribution, if you feel that you deserve to be an equal partner in this relationship, there's nothing that can change that.
Your last point, you say know exactly how much money you have, and if you don't know, find out.
Well, what I think is so amazing, I mean, couples come to me and they decide they're not going to stay together anymore, or they decide that they're engaged. So I say, well, what do you have? How much is owed on the mortgage? Does he have a retirement account? They're like, it's like I'm talking Mandarin or Chinese. You know, it's like nobody gets it. I don't understand how you can take responsibility for your life and not know what you owe, what you don't owe, what you got.
Okay, very, very good advice, Chandra Alexander.
We didn't get to talk very much, but well, so be it.
No, you make some very good points. I think it's a big issue that many couples face, and it's one of those things where basically lay it out there right from the beginning and get it straight and start off that way.
And stick to it.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go.
It's hard to change in the middle, right? All right, for Chandra's books or CDs, you can visit her website at CoachGirl.com, or if you're interested in private coaching, give Chandra a call. You can call her at 1-800-760-9885. We will be back with more Daytime right after this.